Hello, welcome to MX Live. In today's edition, we're talking to Ash. Hello, Ash. Welcome to the cold seat.
Thanks for having me. MX Live.
It's a bit chilly.
That's all right, actually.
We decided to put the roof down because you fitted a lot easier.
Yeah. I was ducking a little bit with the roof out. I can poke my head out the top now.
So, if people don't know, Ash, tell us a little bit about what you do for work.
Yeah, sure. So, well, to be honest, I don't really know what I do for work, really. I basically specialise in crowdfunding projects. So, I'm a design engineer by trade. So, I basically design and sell my own products worldwide. Yeah. Really, crowdfunding is really good. I don't know if many people have heard of it, but
it might be good to just explain what that is.
Kickstarter or Indiegogo, primarily Kickstarter. We specialise in. It's a really good platform whereby people buy like a pre-sale availability of your product. So you say, I've got an idea, prototype the idea. You can buy the product in advance, and you'll get it at a discount rate. It just means we get the money up front, and then we go and manufacture the product. Okay. It means it takes a lot of the risk out in terms of getting large loans and investing in stock, and then just trying to get people to buy the product.
So it's sort of checking as in, sort of testing the water, checking as
exactly, exactly. So it's a great system, but it's also really exposes you. So you soon know whether a product's gonna fail or it's gonna do really well. Yep. Just dependent on market demand, really, but it's really exciting. We've got a project that will be going out this week as well, so it's always really, I was just saying just now, it's really exciting time, but also a really nerve-wracking time, because you put yourself out there, you're exposed, you don't know whether people are going to like it or not. But,
so how long does it take from sort of initial idea all the way through to releasing the campaign on Kickstarter?
To be honest, it really varies. So I mean, one of the projects that we did recently, I managed to turn that one around in it was probably about 2 weeks. Right. So like from design through to sending for prototyping, it probably waited about a month for the prototype to come back. Right. And then I was making the film for it, doing all the copy, and getting it online. And the whole thing, to wrap it all up, was probably a couple of months. So that was like really, really quick. Yeah. But then also like this project that we're working on at the moment, which is it's the world's smallest espresso maker. So it basically shrinks like a full-size coffee machine down to the size of a coffee cup. It's called a coffee jack. So we I'm plugging it.
Yeah, good. I like it. I like it.
So that project has taken us years. The extensive amount of engineering, like kind of development that's gone into it. Just many explosions of rigs because of the crazy pressures that you have to get to extract the coffee, and it's been a far more complex product.
Do you have to have more insurance for these sort of things?
Oh yeah, exactly. No, we don't worry about that. Just dodge and duck. But no, it's I think before we were doing. So it's myself and my business partner Matthew, also my best mate. He's We both worked at Dyson together as we were working in the new product innovation team. So coming up with new products for James Dyson. We went solo and we started our own company, which was like when we were doing. We started doing Kickstarter projects when we were at Dyson, but they were very like kind of low risk because we didn't have a lot of time. We were doing it on our evenings and weekends. Whereas now we've delved into like more complex systems and power systems and all sorts, because we've got the time now, and we've got the kind of capacity to work on more complex products. So to answer your question, you increase that USP then, so the unique selling point of the product. Like if at the end of the day, anybody can sell anything, but it's if a product is really unique, it's going to go like hotcakes. Hopefully, theoretically. Yeah. Anyway, so
when does this release then? So we can keep.
So it'll be released. Well, I'm hoping it's sent to Kickstarter for approval, so they need to sign off everything. And so I'm hoping it's going to be next week. Brilliant. So yeah, exciting times. I'm off.
Keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I'm off away on holiday, so I'm hoping I can just press go and forget about it and not be stressing. But
you're bound to be checking up on it, I'm sure. When you're
I guaranteed I'll be on my laptop. it's an addiction. It's an addiction. I think once you start doing the campaigns, I delve quite heavily into the Facebook ads then, so the marketing side. Absolutely love that, because it's like a casino, but you got more control. So you can just, you know, I'm such a nerd on it.
Do you find that works well for you with the Facebook ads and stuff?
Oh yeah, massively. Yeah. It's steep learning curve. To do it properly and target the right audiences, you got to be prepared to lose a little bit of money just to find out who your golden nugget audiences are. But once you got those and you start scaling, then the buzz is amazing.
And imagine
such a great way of
the money you have to put into it, the budget.
Yeah, exactly. The bit I love about it is just how scalable it is. It's not. It's, you know, if something's working, you can just duplicate, make it bigger, and put more money in. I mean, we were scaling on one of our last projects. The last 10 days, we were putting in over 1,000 a day, because our returns were like 5, 6 times. So it made sense. But then also it couples with a lot of risks. So I don't know if I'm jumping the gun a little bit here, but I was talking to you about a little bit earlier that kind of smooth going with the rough, taking the rough with the smooth. Our last project was actually suspended by Kickstarter because they basically judged the project, and they said that we were advertising an entry-level product that was too similar to a previous project of ours alongside a new product. So the main product was completely new, but they thought because we were advertising another one on there as well, it kind of it danced the rules a little bit, and it's not something that we meant to do. It really wasn't, because we absolutely honour that platform, because it's the heart of the business. But they pulled the plug on the project at over 100 grand, and it was nearing towards 200, and we were bringing on a couple more people, getting another office, and we were like, we were scaling fast, and we were just on a massive high, and then literally overnight the plug was pulled, and the marketing that we were putting in over £1,000 a day, last 10 days, literally 10 to 20 grand. None of that. It just disappeared. No profit from the project, and we were 20 grand under overnight. And it was absolutely.
That could be the make and break of a business.
Oh, it nearly completely broke us. Completely broke us. But then it was just having that visibility and that vision that it will come back. Because it was so easy at the time then to just throw our toys out the pram and go, well, that's it, we're done. Because to get to that point, to get to the level where we were finally scaling, that doesn't come easy. The first thing I say to any successful business owner is, I can't imagine what you've gone through. Like, genuinely can't imagine what you've gone through to get there, because nothing comes easy. It just doesn't. I'm a big believer in kind of effort in is reward out. And even if you can't see it at the time, and you keep thinking that the world's throwing back all these hard balls, as long as you keep doing what you're doing, and that's what I keep telling myself now, it will pay off in the end. That's just laws of attraction. It will.
You see it later down the line. Like
it will.
Stuff that I do now, and then sometimes I go, oh, that didn't work, and then like a year down the line, you go, oh, it did work. Something pops up where it's, it did work.
Time is a massive thing. Like it can happen even like emotionally. You one day you can feel absolutely horrendous, and then you can feel on top of the world the next day, but when you're feeling bad, you can't ever remember feeling good. It's all perspective. And I feel like I'm going to go into James Blunt song. Is it James Blunt? How when you're feeling low?
No, that's is that Passenger, isn't it?
Is it? It's going to be got right. Oh well, it's all the same. They all got strange voices.
So what was like growing up for you like then, for school and things like that? Did you just obviously went to school, but did you go to college and stuff? And
So growing up, school was great. Like primary school was amazing. Secondary school, I went to King Edmunds in Yate, which was an experience. That in itself, like dodging bullets there.
Have you always lived in Bristol? Because I was never sure.
So I've always lived in Bristol. So I used to live in Longwell Green, and then my parents moved to Westerly, and then they're still there now. For me, growing up, I obviously went to school in Bristol. and then I went to uni in Bristol. So I was at French A at UWE.
Right.
I studied product design there, and then I moved to London. And I was there for a year or so, and then I moved to Buckinghamshire, and I was there for a year or so, and I just couldn't wait to get out of Bristol, because I was like,
lived there
I've lived there all my life, as everyone does, well, a lot of people do. I can't wait to break this city. Yeah. I'm going to make London's coming for me, all the big lights.
Yeah.
And truth is, like, I love London, it was amazing, but I couldn't escape from it.
No.
And then when I lived in Buckinghamshire, there was just nothing there. So I came back to Bristol, and I was like, I really like Bristol. Like, Bristol's amazing, and it is like amazing.
It's
like
somewhere in the middle, and it's not like London's really fast paced.
Yeah.
And Bristol has got its own pace, but it's not as fast as.
No, not at all. Well, the thing is, you got everything you want in the city, and then if you want to step out, like, you got the country, you're surrounded everywhere. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
So I was living in the centre of Bristol, so I was living in Redland, and that was just party central. That was just dangerous though. That was dangerous. That was every single night was an excuse. Better go on out. It's on our doorstep.
Yeah, you literally walk out your door and you're like, better go out.
Yeah, literally on White Ladies Road. I mean, it's just absolutely carnage. Great fun though. But then my wife was pregnant, so we moved. We thought living in the city isn't like quite as appealing anymore, because we're not going to be going out as much.
Yeah.
So we like absolutely love it, just like equally, if not more. Like we got a cottage out in Thornbury, but like still go out a lot. It doesn't like having a family doesn't stop us doing everything that we want to do.
Yeah.
Like I just kind of live my weekends and doing stuff with Flynn, my little one now. It's just you kind of live through them. It's just really, he's become like a proper little character now. He's just over 2 now, so having a business and a child is perfectly doable. Like,
I was going to ask how
people say, you can't do it when you've got kids, or you can't start a business when you've got kids. It's like, no, you can. It's definitely harder, but
okay.
A lot of things in life are hard. And it's a great thing. It should just be embraced, and I think it kind of showed. Like I lost my job at Dyson when it was about 2 weeks before Flynn was born.
Right.
So it was just like,
right.
So we were really squeaky pants at the time, but my wife was really supportive, and she just said, look, you need to just take what we've got, savings, and just make it happen. Just do your thing, because you're not going to be happy going to work for somebody else. You haven't been for a long time.
Yeah.
You need to do your own thing. And that's a massive thing, having support of whoever you're with.
Yep.
Because obviously, if she was, you go and get a job, and like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
She's the boss.
Yeah.
But
all it takes is, like, I've had that before. Like, all it takes is a mate or someone to pat you on the back and go, yeah, mate, that's what you do it. You've got a great idea. I think it's a really great idea. Or your wife, whoever it is, just to say, that's a brilliant idea. Go with it. Yeah. That's all you need sometimes. Sometimes
absolutely.
Like, should I do it? Nah, I think it's really. I don't know. And then you don't leave it and you put it off and you don't do it.
And I bet you there's been loads of times with yourself where you've gone through elements of doubt, and then you get her to pick you up and go, no, you're doing the right thing.
And also, like, keeps into check when I do have an idea and I think it's a great idea, and I'm like, I'm running with it, and she's like, have you thought about this? And
actually, absolutely.
No.
Yeah. Just getting a fresh perspective on things.
Completely.
If you're doing something every single day and you've got your heart and soul invested in it, you can come blindsided. Like, blindsided really, really easy.
Yes.
Like, you get like a tunnel vision.
Yeah.
And it's always good to just hear other people's views, especially in the market that I'm in, because I'm not cocky enough to think all my products are going to sell and they're great.
Yeah.
I want to hear from people and actually hear what they think. But sometimes they ask questions that you'd think, I'd never ask that in a million years. I wouldn't even think that.
Yeah, where did that come from?
Yeah, because I know what the product is about. I understand it. But if your marketing message isn't quite right, it just takes one person to just kind of make all the difference, and that's the difference between a successful project and a bad one.
Yeah.
Like, so hearing other people out is, essential to getting a successful business, without a doubt.
Yeah. I mean, we talk a lot on this sort of vlog about sort of mental health and things like that. I mean, do you get days where you sort of wake up and think, oh God, is it all worth it, or am I going to pack it in?
100%. I've gone, like, completely honestly, I've gone through big bouts where I really am I haven't felt good at all, like incredibly low. But I feel like nowadays people are talking a lot more about anxiety and sort of a lot of problems that they have, and for myself, I get quite bad anxiety, elements of OCD, but I talk quite openly about it, and I even say to my wife, it's kind of like I have quite an obsessive nature, but it means like it's more so like I can't stop thinking about work or the design. I just keep going over it and over it and over it. It won't leave me alone.
No.
But she says, you got to see the silver lining on that. You might not be getting sleep, and you might be complete insomniac, but it's the reason you're doing what you're doing. So find the good things in what you would perceive as being like, or some people may perceive as being a bad thing. Like there are elements in your life that it injects in a positive light, and as long as you can recognise those things, then you can almost use it to your advantage.
That's a really good way of thinking about it.
I think, and also people talk about anxiety more and more nowadays. I think it's almost a bit too much, because like surely now the message is across that it's not an abnormality. Like it's no different than feeling happy, no different than feeling nervous. Everybody has different levels of anxiety. It's not like something that some people have and some people don't. Everyone has it.
And
they just have it to varying degrees. But people don't want to talk about it because they want to, put on, a happy face and I'm a culprit, definitely, for doing that. A number of people, when I've been like, oh yeah, no, actually I get quite stressy, they'll be like, what, you? You seem so chilled out. Like, what? No, what, you? Happy go Ash? Like, I'm like, yeah, I actually do. Like, sometimes I get really, really down, but everyone does. Everyone does, and especially having a business that can definitely take its toll. Well, like purely because, sorry, I
was going to say, like, with the thing you had recently, where you said it all sort of fell apart. That could literally, like, to someone's mental state, you're on a massive high. So it's pulled the rug out before you. Like, you could literally go into like a hole.
But I've just gone, this isn't the worst thing that's happened.
No.
Like, the worst thing that's happened at the time was when I lost my job. And baby on the way, and I was thinking I didn't even have a business.
No.
That was horrendous. And then we've gone through other bouts like this before, where we've lost a lot of money, and we've gone, how are we going to claw this back? But it almost happened this time on a larger financial scale. Like, we were in a fair bit of debt at the time, and I almost didn't worry about it, because I was like, just if you worry about it, you're just wasting time. You're just wasting time, because at the end of the day, it's almost, when you're working for somebody, let's be honest, like, you can have a bad day and you can drag your heels into work and you're still going to get paid. It used to happen. I'll have a rubbish day, you're still going to go home and your paycheck's going to come in. If you're doing that when you've got your own business, you're only cheating yourself. And it's frustrating, because honestly, sometimes you go in and you can't get your head in work. But you have to just accept it. It's like, well, you've tried, you've done what you can, but one thing you can't do is not try, because you're only cheating yourself. Nobody's going to pay you. So you have to do it yourself.
That's a really good way of thinking about it, though. Really. When you're employed, as you said, you just turn up to work and someone will pay you, even if you feel like crap all day long. But when it's your own job, you're wasting your own time if you just sat there just, wasting time, or not getting on with the job you need to be done. So,
but then it's very easy to become complacent, because you're also not accountable to anyone. So before, another time, you say you're working for somebody and you've got a bit of work that you need handed in or something. Your boss might be on your case and say, well, it needs to be here by Friday. Nobody's telling you to do that when you've got your own business. So one thing I've done with my business partner, and we only actually, after being in business for a couple of years, we only came up with this idea on a drunken night out the other week. Like, we always have go out for a piss up, and then we come back buzzed with ideas, excited about the next week.
So it's healthy to do
that. And I honestly think going on a massive bender is really healthy. Personally. It's how we get our buzz back with the business and get excited about ideas. And
so it's healthy probably for your mind, but not for your body.
Not for your body, but I reckon it's healthy in some ways. But we came back and we said, right, let's make ourselves accountable to each other. You'll set my work for next week and I'll set yours. And I'll say, mate, I want that bit of work done by Wednesday, whenever. And
did you set him a massive long list and he set yours?
I got myself out lightly. No, it's but I think just holding yourself accountable is very important, because days can turn into weeks, and time is money when don't you?
I think that's why being self-employed or working for yourself doesn't suit everybody.
It doesn't.
Some people can do that. Some people can plan themselves, sort of like have a calendar and keep themselves to a calendar. They need somebody to say, do this time Friday. But they can, and that's why everyone's different. Not everyone can run their own business.
I mean, well, the thing is, I think if you're working for somebody, it's absolutely amazing. Like, there's so many pros to it. Yeah. There are so many pros to it. Yeah. There's so many things I do miss.
Yeah.
But then you make a conscious choice. If you want to do it, you have to accept that it is stressful. Like, if you're doing your own thing, it does come with elements of stress. But then it also comes with a lot of rewards. So, I mean, I've made that decision, and I will always just I'll always want to work for myself now. But when I lost my job, I'm only doing what I am now. I'd like to think that I would have eventually gone, you know what, I'm going to do my own thing. But would I have really? Had the baby on the way.
Well, you had a salary coming in. You knew.
Would I have done that? I don't think I would have. Like, I would have liked to think I would have, and I kept talking about it. But talking's talking.
So in a way, it's kind of a good thing when it happened.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, it forced your hand to do it.
A couple of my friends have been made redundant recently,
right?
And they're absolutely gutted, and I feel really bad for them. But I've just gone, you won't see it now, but this is going to be a good thing.
Yeah.
Like, and you can't see it at the time, but everything happens for a reason. And sometimes when your hand's forced in some situations, you just come out the other end eventually in a better place.
Yeah. So what's the going forward then for Ash? Then sort of round this off. What's the plans for going forward with the business in there?
Going forward with the business, well, we kind of.
Do you have a list of products you've got lined up?
I've got a plan. I've got a plan, but it always changes.
Okay.
And I think that's one thing about being an entrepreneur is it's always worth keeping an eye out in your peripheral, as you can have a plan, and that's great, but never discard things along the way in the journey, because we might find something tomorrow, come up with an idea or a business idea, whatever, and sometimes we just shifted things and we've gone, let's run with it, let's go for it.
Yeah.
We'll change course.
Do you worry about, like, you've got an idea, you put lots of thought into it and you're starting to really plan it, and then someone else jumps in, like literally releases something very, very similar, close to yours, or do you ever worry about that? Or I suppose if you worry about that, you don't get going. But
yes and no. Yeah. I mean, this is the first product that we've actually invested in and put in for patent. So we got patent pending on this one. So we wanted protection for this product.
Okay.
Just because so much time and money has been invested in it, and we really believe in the product. It is amazing. Like, we're dead chuffed with it.
Yeah.
And we weren't going to release it until it produced cafe quality espresso. It had to do the job, otherwise we weren't going to release it.
Yep.
So we decided to get IP on this product. But in terms of worrying about other people and similar products, I really don't think people have to worry, because people release products all the time. I mean, just look at Dyson, for example. Vacuum cleaners have been around forever. You just got to have something that's different.
Yep.
You got to put your own spin on it. You don't have to come up with something that nobody has done before.
No.
I mean, our first, second, third campaign, we did a mechanical pen and a mechanical pencil.
Yep.
It had something different about it.
Well, it used to set back to the middle, didn't it? It used to put it on a table, and it used to roll back to.
Yeah, so it had like a little feature in there, so it has like an anti-roll mechanism. It's really like small stuff, but it was the world's first like magnetically controlled pen and a pencil. So. Yeah. The idea with the pencil is it offered ultimate control. So it's like a normal conventional pencil. You'd have like click action, and you adjust it on the page. It's never quite the right length. Whereas this, it's got like a magnetic propulsion system that means that you can get it to ultimate accuracy for like sketching, architects.
Did you solve the snapping lead thing? When you press too hard.
Yeah, so that we don't have to. The lead doesn't snap. All of that. It was all those things that were like, what are the problems with an existing product, and how can we make them better? And that's all you have to do. You don't have to come up with a completely revolutionary product. You just don't.
You've got to make something better.
You just have to make something better. And that's kind of what we pride ourselves on, really. Looking at products that become really stale in their existence, and implementing design to just make them a better product. Because people accept faults. It's like even iPhones. Like, you know, I still buy an iPhone, but I know at some point I'm probably going to smash the screen. But I still forgive it because I like the product. It's like, it's probably not the best example because that's like, but that is an example. It's forgiving. It's like accepting faults in a product. Whereas if they brought out an iPhone that genuinely didn't smash, then people would be all over it. They'll be like, oh, finally one that doesn't smash. You know, it would be great.
It's like the first thing we all do, and then we go and buy a screen protector and a decent case.
Exactly.
You know that's the thing that's going to smash.
Exactly. You kind of accept. It's going to happen. But yeah, I mean, but then at the same time, we've got a few products in the pipeline that are like top secret. That, you know, are completely out there, like, you know, completely out there, and we're going through sort of funding rounds at the moment for different grants to potentially put these products in military applications, health and safety applications, medical applications. It has like quite a few different areas. Like, if you've got a big idea, you do have to be a little bit careful about releasing it before it's ready. Or talking about it before it's ready. But then at the same time, if you think you're just making a small change to the product, then I would take the American approach, because the English are so reserved. They're just like, this is the first time we've got a patent, but before we'd just been like, right, we'll just be the first ones out there, we'll make it the best out there, and we'll just absolutely kill it. And that's the American approach. They just go, right, man, we'll just be the best on the market, don't worry about it, and just get out there and do it. Whereas the English are like, oh god, I better protect it, oh, somebody's going to copy it, or, you know, and then you don't actually end up doing it.
I think Americans shout about it a lot as well, don't they? They're sort of,
why not?
We're a bit like, we've made this amazing product, I'll just drop it out there, I'll leave it.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't shout about it as much as, like, you know, America, the way they do things is completely different.
Exactly, I mean, Kickstarter's an American platform.
Right,
like, 60 to 70% of all of our sales are in the US and Canada.
Wow.
So we ship thousands of products out there, and then the rest is scattered with UK and the rest of the world, really. But it's crazy, like, it's Americans are really into the crowdfunding scene.
You must spend a lot of time at the post office, then, mate, or sending stuff off.
A ridiculous amount. Well, it kind of, we've kind of streamlined the logistics a little bit now. So we manufacture over in China.
Right.
We've got a factory over there, so we now got a logistics company that we work with over there, so they're sending pick and pack and send them out from there, because before we have done it where we've gone through thousands of posts, because it all comes in one go. We'll have like 5,000 units, and we got to like
work your way through it,
pack and send, and it's like, oh my god, it comes in one flood. So we feel like we've done our time doing that now. We kind of outsource it now.
And also
get somebody else to do it.
If you are doing that, that's time not spent working on a new project, or
that's exactly
new ideas. Do you both have to come up with ideas, or is it sort of?
It's all like we're not short of ideas. That's not the problem. We're fine with the ideas. It's projects do take a long time, and the more you recognise the value on your time, the better, because we've employed. So we brought on an intern this year, and that helped with some of the media stuff. But then we've also got somebody that does Saskia. She's great. She does all our admin side. So she handles all the emails, logistics, postage every day. If we get internet sales, website sales. So just taking that time away from your skill set, where you got to say where's the value in your skill set. It's like with yourself, like, when it comes to playing guitar, that's probably your value. Do you know what I mean? Whereas like on if you're outsourcing all the other bits that anybody else can do, then you're buying back your time, and then once you realise the value in that, then you can scale and you can grow.
Definitely.
But we were doing it for a very long time, where we found it very, very hard to delegate. So everything had to be done by ourselves, because we had to keep it contained, and if it wasn't done right, it wasn't done. So we had to do it ourselves, because nobody else can do it, and that approach isn't healthy, and the sooner you realise that you can outsource things and things do get done if you find the right people, then you can actually grow the business. Otherwise, you're just going to be static.
Yeah. And just to finish us off, is there one idea, or just an idea on the market that you wish that you did? Like what a product, could be a product, or that's something that you wish that you thought, I wish I came up with that.
I wish that I did.
Like just something that you wish you'd have been the.
Fundamentally, I was working on the principle of Kickstarter platform for 2 years before I before I left uni, and I was so excited.
Yeah.
And it was very disheartening to realise that the whole thing was just evolving itself under my feet. But in terms of a product, cracking little product that came out last year that I would have loved to have done, and it did. I think it was well over 1 million on Kickstarter. It was Final Straw, so it was just basically a foldable straw that goes on your keyring.
Okay.
And you wouldn't think that would do exceptionally well, but what they did is they were very quick on seeing how policies changed, and there was a ban that was going to come in for plastic.
Well, you see it all now, don't
plastic
you?
Straws.
Yeah,
exactly. So they just jumped on it straight away, and they said reusable straw.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. Like, if you can be that quick and get a product out, then that's where you make the big wins. So I'm always looking for next year's policies, what are changing, laws that are changing. How can products evolve?
Because there must be stuff with Brexit that's not.
Definitely. There's going to be a whole ton of things.
Yeah.
And if you're kind of predicting what's gonna happen, hard to do, I know. But if you hit the nail on the head early, then you can be into a real win really quick.
Yeah. Well, thanks very much, Ash. Thanks for your time, mate. Thanks
no worries.
And, best of luck
Thank
with
you
the launch.
for having me.
If people want to find the launch, where do they need to go to find your launch?
Yeah, come on, have a look. Well, it's a weird spelling, so you'll have to search Coffee Jack.
Coffee Jack.
No,
is that
the spelling of our company is called Hribar Cane. So it's spelled HRIBARCAIN. A massive oversight because it was a combination of both of our names.
Yeah.
So it's I had to spell it out to everyone. It's just a really difficult one to do. But the product's called Coffee Jack. So it's
and Jack spelled normally just J-A-C-K?
Yeah, J-A-C-K. Yeah, just one word.
Cool.
Inspiration came from a car jack. So it's instead of using big. A lot of coffee machines, they use air compression systems, really, really big. We use a hydraulic system, a micro-hydraulic system that we developed, because the mechanical advantage is that much higher, and we can shrink down the product. So literally, the product's no bigger the size of a coffee cup.
Wow!
But it gives you the same quality as a big machine. So hence the name Coffee Jack.
Good idea. I'll look if it works for you, mate, and I'll look forward to keeping.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Ash. Thanks for coming in. Cheers,
Thank
guys.
you.
See you later.
Cheers.